Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of Stay Wise. Since you all loved our video, 10 foods that can literally kill you, today we bring you part 2. So if you haven't watched part 1 yet, make sure you do that. Don't forget to smash the like button and subscribe to our channel if you haven't yet. Alright then, let's dive in. Number 10. Mushrooms. Mushrooms play a big part in a lot of cuisines around the world. But did you know that with names like Death Cap and Destroying Angel, these mushrooms aren't messing around? Although mushroom is the only vegetable that gives you vitamin D, not all mushrooms are edible. As a rule, if you aren't 100% sure of what kind of mushroom you're eating, especially if you picked something yourself, don't risk it. Deadly mushrooms often look uncannily like edible ones, and even experts can find it quite hard to tell the difference. Famous author Nicholas Evans and his family nearly died of liver failure after picking the deadly webcat variety of mushrooms. In the US, 14 people were poisoned in San Francisco after eating death cap mushrooms. 3 needed a liver transplant, including an 18-month-old baby. Number 9. Cherry stones. Cherries seem harmless enough, but the pits of these little guys can do a lot of damage. Aside from being nearly impossible to chew or crack with your teeth, the stones of fruits like cherries, apricots, plums, and peaches contain cyogenetic compounds that turn to cyanide when crushed. Cherry stones contain hydrogen cyanide, which is so poisonous that a mere 0.1 grams have the potential to kill a 10-stone person. A cherry pit contains around 0.17 grams of cyanide, so ingesting just 1 or 2 crushed stones could kill you. The amount of cyanide per cherry stone varies so that a lethal dose could be higher than just 1 stone. According to the British Columbia Drug and Poison Information Center, even if you accidentally swallow a cherry pit, don't worry. They are rarely poisonous when eaten as a whole, so just be sure to avoid the broken pits. Number 8. SANNAKJ. This is a traditional Korean dish of raw octopus that's meant to be eaten while it's still squirming. The chef kills the octopus, and it's chopped into bite-sized pieces and served with sesame seeds and soy sauce. People are supposed to dip the squirming octopus in the sauces, put it in the mouth, and swallow. The reason why it'll still be wiggling on your plate is caused by its residual nerve activity in the tentacle. This means that the suckers of the octopus remain active and could attach themselves to your throat as you swallow. As if that doesn't sound scary enough, a report by Food and Wine states that around 6 people die every year from eating the dish. Number 7. Rhubarb. If your culinary skills are not up to speed, rhubarb is a vegetable with bright ruby leaf stalks, similar to celery that's mostly used in jams, pies, and other desserts. This British fruit is a criminally underappreciated delicacy. It's great in crumbles, cobblers, and even when pickled, it lends a sharp, mouth-puckering taste to many classic British dishes. However, the leaves of the plant are deadly, and the key is to only eat the stalks. Talk about a two-faced vegetable. Rhubarb stalks can be turned into pudding, and a naturally occurring compound in its leaves can be turned into corrosive acid. As the information from the U.S. National Library of Medicine states, the plant's leaves contain a chemical called oxalic acid, which is used in bleach and rust removal. Oxalic acid, which causes burning in the mouth and throat, breathing difficulties, coma, nausea, vomiting, convulsions, and death. You'd have to eat around 5 kilograms of the leaves for them to kill you. Cooking doesn't break down these harmful compounds either. Number 6. Castor oil. According to the CDC, castor oil comes from the castor bean, and the reason it's not a household oil like coconut or olive is its beans are loaded with poisonous ricin. As per a research published in the journal Analytical Chemistry, in reality, 1 single bean has enough ricin to kill over 1,000 people if the purified toxin is inhaled or injected. And eating 5 to 10 of the whole beans would prove to be fatal too. So castor oil is used as a food additive and flavoring agent, as well as an ingredient in skincare products, cosmetics, plastics, varnishes, and lubricants. All of these products must be void of ricin, so if you wish to buy it, just make sure it was produced adhering to safety guidelines. And stick to the Joint Food and Agriculture Organization and World Health Organization Expert Committee on Food Additives recommended daily castor oil intake of 0 to 0.7 milligrams per kilogram of body weight. Number 5. Kidney beans. Kidney beans contain high levels of a chemical known as phytohemagglutinin, which makes them highly toxic. Cooking the beans thoroughly gets rid of the poison, but eating even a few undercooked beans can cause nausea, vomiting, and diarrhea. The US FDA advises boiling the kidney beans for 30 minutes to completely break down the toxin and make them suitable for consumption. Canned kidney beans are pre-cooked and completely safe to eat from the tin, so don't worry about that. Number 4. Nutmeg. Did you know that this lovely, warm Christmas spice, which adds its delicate flavor to custards, bechamel, and rice pudding, is hallucinogenic if eaten in large enough quantities? It can cause convulsions, palpitations, and nausea, not to mention visual distortions and a sense of paranoia. Maybe steer clear of having that 10th glass of eggnog, as it only takes around 2 to 3 teaspoons of the ground spice to have an effect on your body. In large doses, nutmeg can cause myristicin poisoning, which can be fatal, according to research from the Journal of Medical Toxicology. Nutmeg is also highly toxic to dogs. Nutmeg had its fair share of hullabaloo this past holiday season when reports of nutmeg poisoning surfaced. However, as long as you're not downing tablespoon at a time, you can still enjoy this spice sprinkled atop eggnog and incorporated into cookies. Number 3. Cinnamon. Some people say that nutmeg and cinnamon are really similar, and you can easily substitute one for the other. But these are different things, as the cinnamon is taken from the bark of a tree and nutmeg is a seed. You've heard of, maybe even witnessed, people who've done the cinnamon challenge, where people tried to swallow a big spoon of cinnamon, which resulted in severe coughing, choking, and vomiting. The American Association of Poison Control Centers issued a warning in 2012, urging people not to do the cinnamon challenge, and with good reason. It's very difficult to swallow or spit out cinnamon because you're essentially swallowing powdered bark from the cinnamon tree. And if you do inhale cinnamon, it can cause inflammation and scarring in your lungs, gagging, vomiting, coughing, choking, and even death. So please, stick to mixing it in your oatmeal or coffee. Number 2. Lima beans. These little beans you grew from plastic cups in kindergarten aren't as innocent as they seem. Raw beans contain linamarin, which when consumed decomposes into a toxic chemical called hydrogen cyanide. However, if you really have a hankering for them, cook them thoroughly without covering the pot with a lid and drain the water before consumption to stay safe. There have also been cases where children choked on these small villains. Number 1. Peanuts. And finally, we have peanuts. Around 1% of the US population has a peanut allergy, making it the most common kind of allergy. If you're seriously allergic and ingest a peanut in any form, be it even in the form of oil or maybe inhale peanut proteins in the air, you become very ill. In the UK, restaurant owner Mohammed Zaman was jailed for 6 years after a takeaway from his restaurant containing powdered nuts caused Paul Wilson, 38, to suffer an anaphylactic shock and die in January 2014.